Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again. And on today's episode, we have a story for you here today, which kind of ties in nicely to the previous one that made me want to throw up in my mouth. So, on today's episode, we have this one here, which is a dude who decided to take back his cheating wife. And then, what do you know, guys? She cheats again. So in the previous episode, depending on when the video is released, like what order they come out in, I just finished doing a recording where a woman cheated on her husband. And then the man, after 6 years, he became successful. He got a senior position that paid well. He dated beautiful women. And he still decided to take back the cheating woman. Well, this is a cautionary tale to anyone who's silly enough to do this, because here we have a dude who also decided to take back the cheating wife, and he learned the hard way that it was a terrible idea. So let's jump into the story here. We'll go over the synopsis, what happened, and then we'll jump into the details. So, a man took to Reddit to share his 25-year-old cautionary tale about love, betrayal, and regret. After marrying young, he discovered that his wife had been having an affair with his best friend. So in the previous episode, it was the co-worker, and now she cheated with the dude's best friend. I don't know what is going through these dudes' heads. I don't know what, is inspiring them to be so stupid. But the fact that not only does this woman cheat on you, but to rub salt in the wound, she cheats on you with your best friend, and you think that it's a good idea to take her back. At a certain point, guys, I have to sit here and go, this was obviously going to happen. The men are essentially just asking for this to happen, right? Because the solution is very, very simple. The solution is you never take back somebody who betrays you. Very, very, very simple. But again, dudes will just put up with so much nonsense. It absolutely amazes me, guys. It truly amazes me. So despite this, he took her back after her tearful pleas, believing in second chances. Years later, she would betray him again, this time with a shocking revelation about her pregnancy. His story serves as a powerful warning about why some lines should never be crossed. Okay, wait a minute. So are you telling me that this dude decided to take her back? She got pregnant. I'm going to bet that the kid was not even this dude's kid. Right? And this is why I always say, guys, right? You've had like an unfaithful wife or girlfriend or whatever, and maybe you guys had a kid or a couple of kids together, whatever. Please DNA test the children, right? Because again, these women are not going. You think that if this woman cheats on you, you really think she's going to tell you if the kid's yours? Of course not. And usually the women do this on purpose, by the way, right? They go and they cheat with the dude who they find highly attractive or whatever. But they want you to raise the kid, right? Or they want some dude who's a provider, who's going to be naive, who's going to forgive her, who's still going to pay the bills, to look after the kid. And she's never going to say. I believe it's France. Actually, I brought this up in a few episodes, guys. I think it's France that refuses to disclose this information to the public. The rates at which women commit paternity fraud, right, where they have a child and then they lie about who the father is. I believe France refuses to disclose these statistics to the public because they don't want to scare the men, right? They don't want to cause panic among their populace. So let that sink in for a little minute, guys, as we continue into this article. So the Redditor, Arlo47, shared that he met his ex-wife, Alice, in college. She was his best friend's childhood crush, and while the three of them formed a close relationship, Arlo always had deeper feelings for her. So I'm sorry, this whole like three-way friendship with two dudes, no, it was never going to work out. I was in love with her, he admitted, but for years he remained in the dreaded quote-unquote friend zone. His best friend Nick had also been interested in Alice, but she kept both of them as close friends without choosing either. So these guys, we have two simps here who are falling in love with a woman who they're not even in a relationship with, right? This was always going to end badly, guys. Like, I'm sorry, these dudes who like, yeah, I fell in love with her, but they weren't even together and this dude's falling in love. Like, what in the hell are we talking about here, man? Like, Simp McGee 1 and Simp McGee 2 over here, obviously going to get screwed over. So She's friends with the both of them. They both have a romantic interest in her, but of course she's not interested. She ends up getting with one of them later, then cheats with the other one. Fantastic. Eventually, one night after a college party, Alice and Arlo shared a kiss. To his surprise, she confessed that she's been waiting for him to make a move for 2 years. This is nonsense, by the way. From that moment on, they became a couple, much to Nick's visible disappointment. Yeah, see, I don't really buy this stuff, guys, by the way, right? This dude was in love with this woman for 2 years, and then she sits here and she just, oh, I wish you made a move for the past 2 years. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. Women make it incredibly damn clear when they are interested in a man, okay? So for her to go, yeah, I've had a crush on you too for 2 years. No, she hasn't. No, she has not. We stayed together all through college. Nick was supportive, but I could tell he was jealous. After graduation, Alice pursued a career in nursing, while Arlo took over his family's property management business. After a year after moving in together, they got married at 24. That's fast. Looking back, Arlo now sees this as his first major mistake. So he gets married young, right? At least by today's standards. And check this out. So the woman goes out there. She gets a career in nursing, which is a huge red flag, as far as I understand it, guys. Like, nurses have not got a very positive rap. Let me just say that, right? Huge red flag here in the profession that she's going into, right? Arlo, and here's the real kicker, okay? This is why she was with the dude. This is what women do, man. They have the long-term relationships with the dudes who are providers, but then oftentimes they look on the side for the other dude, right? So this guy clearly comes from a wealthy family because he's taking over his family's property management business. Now, I don't know if this dude, right, if it's actually their properties or if they're managing other people's properties. But in any case, this smells like stability to me. The woman probably got with the dude because of this exact same reason here. Again, guys, women are oftentimes very pragmatic about the men they select when they select them. You know what I mean? Like, it's all very convenient, guys. Women absolutely consider this, okay? This guy's a solid choice in terms of finances. I'm going to go with him. And this further feeds into the idea that she wasn't actually interested in him in the first place. This woman was not sitting around waiting for this dude to make a move for 2 years. She decides now's the good time. Now she needs the stability, so now she'll accept his advances. That's what happened. So a year after moving in together, he realized he made a mistake. A few years into their marriage, Arlo and Alice started trying for a baby. Unfortunately, after months of tests, doctors revealed that Arlo was infertile. Alice was devastated but agreed to consider artificial insemination. However, before they could proceed, a chance encounter shattered their marriage. A former high school friend casually mentioned seeing Nick kissing a woman outside a hotel. His description of the woman was eerily specific. It matched Alice exactly. When I confronted her, she turned pale. That was all the confirmation I needed. After some denial and some more tears, Alice finally admitted that she had been secretly seeing Nick. Even worse, she confessed that they had been intimate during college, meaning this wasn't the first time she betrayed him. I told her to get out. We were done. I'm surprised that this dude decided to instantly kick her out, which is a good decision, by the way, which is why I'm surprised, because this guy has made a collection of bad decisions so far. But let's go back here for a second, okay? She was cheating with this dude's friend the whole damn time, basically. Amazing stuff. She was cheating with this dude, you know, meeting up with him, and she does the whole crying routine, right? The tears come out. Oh no, I got caught, so I'm crying and I'm sorry, and denial, and so she denies it, yet she cries, and it, like, it's just ridiculous, guys. Like the cards that these people who cheat will pull out, right? The tears are the first thing that come out. So he tells her to get out. Good job. The big mistake, taking her back. This is the parts of the story, man, that just make me want to sit here and just, they make me develop a headache very quickly, because I don't like seeing men ruin their lives like this. It bothers me, right? I have no degree of control of this, so maybe it shouldn't bother me, guys, but it frustrates me that men allow this crap to happen, right? That they voluntarily take these women back. You can tell that this dude probably has very little options, and that's why he does it. But still, you know, at this point, guys, it's better to just be by yourself. It really is. If you're a dude and you have no options, but your one option is to take your cheating ex back, you're honestly better off not doing that and doing literally anything else. I don't know, get a dog, play video games. You know what I mean? Taking a woman back who does this? No. Rather be by myself, thank you. So despite standing firm, Alice refused to leave him alone. Classic. She showed up at his doorstep in tears, begging for another chance. I should have shut the door in her face, he reflected, but I was weak. She swore on everything that she had made a mistake, that Nick meant nothing, and that she would spend the rest of her life making it up to him. After days of relentless pleading, he took her back under the belief that love could conquer betrayal. What a naive man, right? For 3 years, she was the perfect wife, or so I thought. So here we go. She betrays him again. As they approached their 30s, Alice was still desperate for a child. Artificial insemination was on the table, and they made plans to go through with the procedure. However, when the day of her appointment arrived, Alice insisted that Arlo attend an important business meeting instead. Right, interesting. She knew how important this client was. She convinced me it wasn't a big deal, that I needed to be there. Months later, Alice announced that she was pregnant. Arlo was overjoyed until he ran into a nurse from their fertility clinic. She congratulated me on our miracle baby, and that was the first red flag. The nurse casually mentioned how Alice found out that she was pregnant before her scheduled insemination. Arlo was stunned. He checked their insurance records. There was no record of an insemination procedure. So basically, she wanted him to go to this business meeting so that she could get away with the fact that she didn't get pregnant via what they were trying to do, but rather this other dude had a kid with her. You see what I'm saying, guys? So this is funny, right? Because she insists that he leave so that he's not present for the thing, right? She insists that he leaves and goes and does something else. Absolutely hilarious. Manipulation straight to the core here in the middle of the story. Ridiculous. Right? So she convinced me it wasn't a big deal, that he didn't need to be there. And this also, by the way, guys, so what happened was this woman was pregnant, right? So she needed to make it look like this procedure had worked, right? So what she did was she manufactured this whole little situation where he had to leave. And she wasn't desperate. Here's the thing. She wasn't actually desperate for a child. She was desperate for the scapegoat. You see what I'm saying? She was desperate for this insemination thing to go through so that she could pass it off as though it was his kid. Because by this point, she was already going to have the child. She was already pregnant. Disgusting, man. When Alice arrived home, Arlo confronted her with the evidence. At first, she denied everything, claiming the records were a mistake, but when he demanded the truth, she finally broke down. She had confessed that she had been seeing Nick again. Alice revealed that she had reconnected with Nick at the hospital and decided she didn't want an anonymous donor fathering her child. Without Arlo's knowledge, she had secretly conceived with Nick and passed the baby off with his. Excuse me. Holy hell. I told her we were done. She sobbed, begged, even said that she'd do some things to get rid of the child, but he was done. Arlo filed for divorce immediately. Fantastic. Alice continued leaving desperate voice messages, but he ignored them. He later found out that she went after Nick for child support, but Nick refused to pay, claiming he never agreed to have the child with her. I hope they battled in court for years, he said. What a disgusting story, man. And this is a fantastic right. This is a real clear indicator that you should just not take back people who cheat on you. I don't know why dudes seem to find this so difficult, man. I'm still pissed off from the last story, to be honest, where the dude did the exact same thing. That guy is probably going to get cheated on as well. But it's absolutely disgusting. Guys, do not forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.